All right, so this is going to be a video going over the Obsidian Citadel and everything you need to know. So let's get started. First things first, you need to hit level 70 to unlock this elite weekly quest zone. Where are we located? It's in the Waking Shores over here, Obsidian Citadel. You'll see this big old thing on your map that is like a Valdrak and a chord symbol. And when you hit level 70 and you've completed the campaign for the first time, those are the two requirements, you will see a world quest over here. Now this world quest is called Allegiance to One. It's going to say show support to Wrathion or Sabellian. Now, keep in mind, this is not a permanent choice. There is a correct answer, however, and that is Sabellian. So don't pick Wrathion, make sure you pick Sabellian. That's a very important part to this guide, 100%. You pick your allegiance with one of the two. You come over here and they're just located over at this throne over here. You pick your allegiance with one of the two. Again, this is not a permanent choice. You can do it again each week and you can pick a different character if you want, but Sabellian is obviously the correct choice. So after you do that, the world quest is going to change and it's going to say keys of loyalty now. And you're going to have to deliver a greater obsidian key to either Wrathion or Sabellian, depending on which one you picked. Now, in total, there are 4 different places to turn keys in. For your first key that you turn in each week, you're going to have to go to either Wrathion or Sabellian, whoever you picked. Now, how do you get keys? Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to kill elite mobs in the area. And they're going to drop 2 different types of items. They're going to drop key fragments, and they're going to drop key framings. Now, you combine these when you have 30 key fragments and 3 key framings. You combine them and you get a greater obsidian key, and this is for your first key of the week. Now, this goes into either Wrathion or Sabellian. Where are they located? Let's go ahead and fly down here. Sabellian, right over here on the left, you will see these are the amount of keys turned in for his event to start. We'll go over those here in a second. But if you talk to Sabellian, you can turn your key into him. And that is only if you picked Sabellian. Again, for your first key, you have to turn it into the person that you picked for that week. Wrathion is located over here on the right. Not that you need to know where he is located, because you should just pick Sabellian every week. Because again, that is the correct choice. But just in case, Wrathion is located over here. So you turn your first key into either Wrathion or Sabellian. Now, what does this do, and why do I care about keys? So you'll notice these progress bars we have here. Turning in keys themselves gives you reputation with the associated character. So, you turn a key into Sabellian, you get rep with Sabellian. Turn it into Wrathion, you get rep with Wrathion. As I mentioned, there are 4 different places to turn in keys, and we're going to go over those other 2 right now. So basically you have Sabellian or Wrathion, and then you have 2 keys location turn-ins that are for both. You get reputation with both if you turn the keys in here. So if you want to farm both reps at the same time, these are the places you're going to want to turn in your keys. Again, you can only do this after your first key of the week, because the weekly quest requires you to turn it into either Wrathion or Sabellian. As far as the other locations for keys go, just to the right of Wrathion over here, we're going to find the Forge Master over here, and he will accept key turn-ins. Here's his progress bar. These progress bars are going to be only 10 keys to start the event. And again, I'll go over the events a little bit here in a second. And then the other one, the lesser known one, this one took me a little bit to find, is over here, kind of out of the way. And it's going to be this ritualist guy over here. Forget his name. Aegis the Believer. And so you're going to turn your key into him, and his event is to reform Morchok. As you see, the progress on this is 7 out of 10. Progress on all these is zone-wide. You don't have to do this yourself. You might be able to server hop, with the group finder, find different servers and see, what their progress is at. You might be able to find the event up on a different server. Okay, so farm keys and turn them into people. That's not the extent of this zone, but that's pretty much the baseline knowledge you need to know. You will notice a bunch of other quests around these NPCs with quest turn-ins. Pretty much there's quests at each of the 4. So make sure you visit each of the 4 and pick up these weekly quests from these other NPCs. Again, these will also give you rep, and they'll basically give you an objective to do. that involves killing the elites that you're going to have to kill to get the key fragments. You're not just mindlessly killing elites for key fragments. You can do that if you'd like, but it definitely makes more sense to pick up all these quests around the zone and just get in a group, go kill the elites, get your key fragments that way, get some extra rep in the process. So make sure you visit all 4 of the key turn-in places. Again, we have Sabellian here, Wrathion just over here, and yeah, there'll be quest people right next to each of these. The Forge Master over here, and then the Ritualist Summoner guy over there. Now, you may be wondering if you happen to travel over here to Igis, why there's no weekly quests at the NPCs around him. This one takes a couple extra steps to unlock, and so I wanted to go over that, make sure you know how to do it. Pretty much there is a weekly quest from this guy right here, but you're not able to see it unless you are a member of the Worldbreaker cult. Now, how do you become a member of the Worldbreaker cult? There's a couple things that you're able to get as a member of the Worldbreaker cult that are somewhat important, and so let's go over how to do that now. Pretty much, when you turn in a key to Igis the Believer, he will give you a Twilight Cache. The important item that we're looking for out of here is called the Worldbreaker membership. Basically, how it works, in order to see the weekly quest from this guy, you have to be a member of the Worldbreaker cult, and to do that, you just need a Worldbreaker membership. It is a debuff that goes on you that lasts for 2 days. It does not persist through death, unfortunately, but you're able to do quite a lot as long as you don't die. So don't fall off your dragon, as I did earlier today when I was a member of the Worldbreakers. It's pretty unfortunate. Once you're a member of the Obsidian Worldbreaker cult, you're going to want to take a trip over here. You just fly down this ridge right here and go in this cave directly behind you. So we're going to go ahead and go down this cave. All these mobs down here will be friendly towards you when you're a member, and you're going to actually be able to talk to this vendor here, Dealer Vexel. Now, he sells a couple different things. I'm going to have his inventory shown up on the screen right now. One of those things being the Scrappy Worldsnail mount. Now, what does this cost? It costs 1,000 mag motes. How do you get mag motes? The weekly quest that you unlock from Azir over here next to the key turn-in gives you 25 mag motes. As you see, I have, where did I put my mag motes? Ah, they're here, 28. I have 28 mag motes. So you need 1,000 to buy this mount. And you need to be a Worldbreaker member to be able to talk to the vendor. Once you are a Obsidian Worldbreaker member, the other way you can get mag motes is just by killing elites in the area. So while you're farming for your keys and everything, you're able to get mag motes that way. You should be able to find farming groups. You're able to get this mount day 1 if you just farm up 1,000 mag motes. Probably would take you a little bit, but pretty short grind for a pretty cool mount overall. But that is how you get that mount. Last thing to go over for the Obsidian Citadel is the achievements. There are 3 achievements that are associated with this place, and they're going to be located under Exploration Dragon Isles. So first, we have I'm Playing All Signs. This one I actually have. You just have to turn in a key to each of the 4 people that we talked about, and you get that achievement. Big 5 achievement points, pretty massive. So that one's pretty easy. The next one is the, let me scroll down here and find it. Obsidian Keymaster. Turn in a total of 30 Obsidian keys to individuals around the Obsidian Citadel. You'll just get this one as you go. Again, you can farm up as many keys as your heart desires, as fast as you want. The last achievement is actually Obsidian Champion. It's glitched right now, but this is for completing the special encounters that get spawned when you turn in the amount of keys for each of the NPCs. So there's 4 events here. There's 4 NPCs to turn keys into. When the bar fills up, the event starts. Completing the event should complete this achievement, but I think it's currently glitched, as I've completed a couple of these and it has not given me any progress on the achievement yet. So those are the 3 achievements associated with this area. Now, a final couple things that we're going to go over real quick, and that is the rewards and one other item that you will find you pick up. I have one of these in my bag, a Mark of Saga. It says, present this to Sabellian Quartermasters as proof of your support. And if you had picked Wrathion, which you shouldn't have, you will get an item just from the elites around the zone that says, you know, send it to Wrathion quartermasters to prove your support. So basically what you do with these, you talk to your quartermaster over here, which is where we're going to get our rewards, and we're going to say we have 1 mark of saga for you, and it's going to give me 50 rep with Sabellian. So you get 50 rep for every turn in. You get quite a few of these as you go, so just make sure you turn those in for some extra rep. Now, all of the rewards for the Wrathion and Sabellian reps are purely cosmetic, except for 2 pieces of gear. And now these 2 pieces of gear are the same on both vendors. A lot of the cosmetics are slightly different. You know, there's a different toy for each of them. But again, this isn't like super important because it's not a permanent decision that you're making here. You're able to get both these reps up eventually. You know, you kind of just pick which one you want to focus on, or if you just want to focus on both. But the items that you're going to find from these vendors that are actual items, we have the Obsidian Collar for 150 Dragon Isle supplies. Now this requires you to be a friend with Sabellian, and this is a 389 neck, crit mastery neck, which is pretty good. That's pretty high item level. And the other thing is the Obsidian Cape, and this is a 398 cloak. So that requires True Friend. So those are the last 2 ranks on the reputation. So the reputation order for both of these goes acquaintance is first, then you're a cohort, an ally, fang, friend, which is when you get your neck unlocked, and then true friend, which is when you get the cape unlocked. So that is everything to do with the Wrathion and Sabellian rep and the Obsidian Citadel. Make sure you come here and do your weeklies before the reset. And hopefully you're having fun in Dragonflight. I know I sure am. This zone was just a little bit confusing. Actually, Dragonflight in general is pretty confusing so far. There's a lot of stuff to figure out, but hopefully this video helps you do at least a little bit of that figuring out with the new expansion. So hopefully this helped. Yeah, see ya.